Well, I've been involved in the internet for quite a few years. Actually, even before the internet started, when I was at Bell Laboratories, I had been reading the papers that talked about packet switching, etc. The things that got me here were twofold. One is in the early days, in the early 70s, I led a research project, proposed and led a research project to create what turned out to be the first operational distributed system. It was network-based. It had a lot of nice ideas. Software could migrate about it. It was fault-tolerant, modularly expandable, all nice things that we love about to design computers. And it set a lot of the things in place that have evolved into the technology of the current internet. Plus, probably more important than anything, it trained a whole set of graduate students that were working on the project who then went out and became, among the fathers of the internet. So many people call me the grandfather of the internet because my academic children were the fathers of the internet. But as most cases, you like to take your students and have them believe they did everything on their own. So happy day. But I think the creation of that distributed computer system project was probably one of the most important things I did early on. I also got involved through DARPA with a whole set of mostly little projects looking at security ideas, etc. Got involved with the IETF, the early days, served on the IAB, and then got involved in the creation of the internet community, and in a way that created the technology to allow us to deploy the original ideas that were being churned up in the DARPA research area. And that led to projects like CSNet, which was the Postel Award was given to that crew. But my task in there was twofold. One was to develop the technology, which led to the ability to spread the internet like things, and quite often the internet worldwide. So by the time CSNet was done, we had 450 institutions in the United States, most of the research labs, many countries, and we turned into Johnny Appleseeds as we went around and deposited tapes in countries and said, why don't you do it and connect to us? Now that involved both policy issues. I was chairing several of the NSF advisory boards that led to that, and co-authored several papers in Science, which is, as you know, a rather prestigious publication in the US. I know everybody in Washington reads it, at least the first half. They never read the back half. And getting those ideas out and getting the mechanisms in place. Meanwhile, developing some rather interesting, again, distributed system ideas as research projects in universities. So I think the combination of those things, the early work in distributed systems, the movement of a lot of that technology into what became the internet, and the guidance of the research community into deploying that in the civilian sector, I think is basically what I got awarded the Pioneer Award for. And it's been real fun to do. My work has had a real impact on my life. And part of it is that when I graduated as an undergraduate, I was ready to go off to grad school. And I interviewed by happenstance with some Bell Labs people, Bell Laboratories, and visited them, and I saw people coming in with tennis rackets and golf clubs and everything. I said, that looks like fun. Anyway, the environment was absolutely perfect. And after 3 or 4 years in there, I was in the research division. and was about to go off to graduate school again, and got talked out of for interesting reasons. And the work, the research that I managed to do obviously paved the way for me being able to exist and do as well as I did in the academic environment. I've never done anything that I didn't enjoy doing, which is the other thing. I've served on endless government committees, talking to presidents and vice presidents and I've enjoyed it because I learn as well as they hopefully learn from me.